reading all your poetry the other day. Thought I could know you better now another way. But now you got me thinking over what I read. I'm burning through my retinas, now you're in my head. And maybe you could bother someone else. Maybe you could find the strength to smile and wish me well. Maybe you should be alone. Find somebody else to call your home. Try to manipulate my heart in rain, but all you ever do is bring me pain. You really think it can't be you? All your delusions you believe are true. Stretching forever into everything, but you don't wanna know the side of me. Maybe you should. You say you find your strength when you pick up your pen, but you can't even tell the knife is in your hand. You stab me in the back and then you make demands. You say it's only you, I got another plan. Maybe you could torture someone else. Maybe I don't have the strength to follow you to hell. Maybe you should be alone. Find somebody else to call your home. Try to manipulate my heart in rain, but all you ever do is bring me pain. You really think it can't be you? All your delusions you believe are true. Stretching forever into everything, but you don't wanna know the side of me. Maybe you should. I'm sick of thinking that I believe your lies. Tired of pretending I don't see through your disguise. So self-aware now, yeah, you don't have a clue. And I'm on the outside, I'm looking at you. Maybe you should be Maybe you should be alone. Find somebody else to call your home. Try to manipulate my heart in rain, but all you ever do is bring me pain. You really think it can't be you? All your delusions you believe are true. Stretching forever into everything, but you don't wanna know the side of me. Maybe you should. So sick of thinking that.
Okay, hello everybody. We are back with more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Let's start this up. I don't have the game booted yet. Let me just close the music and boot her up. Any second now. I think I have the game capture on Afterbirth or Repentance, yeah. There we go, okay. We got new pictures. Did we not get... Oh yeah, they're new poems. So that's nice, okay. Let's... New side stories? Ooh, we did get new side stories. Okay. We'll probably get to those in another episode. We're still going through the main game. I'm hoping to get this done either today or the next time I stream this, which will probably be Saturday. Let's load the new game up. Okay. So last time, what happened last time? I literally played this yesterday. We told Sayori that if Yuri asked to walk home with us, or with me, I would do it. And then we just entered the club. Oh man. I'm the last one here again. Boo. Why isn't my... Hold on, my chat's not loading. I see someone says, hey, bud, but I can't see who it is. Let me refresh it. That is so weird. Oh, Jared. There we go. Hey. No clue why my chat was glitching like that. Never happened before. How are you doing? Okay, I'm lost from here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. You were practicing piano again? Yeah, haha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. Good, glad to hear that. Hey, does everything sound good? Like, is the game volume too high or not high enough, or how's that all doing? I'm really bad at judging it. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Ah, I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Were you complaining about it yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. But I'm not talking about our part of the festival. It's just a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious foods. Everything sounds good? Great, thank you. And just let me know if I need to turn up or down anything. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people? Yeah, I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Mon-Ika. Ika. I know Ika means squid or something. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all, so it's probably Ika. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Ah, never mind. Let's just focus on our own event now. For now, okay? Hehe. Fine. Your reactions are as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori? I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Haha. Hehe, sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? I think I upset her by saying that I would walk home with Yuri instead if she asked me to. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little bit off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else, but the conversation has already disappeared with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who's shuffling through some papers at her desk. Landon, what's up? I'm just gonna take a sip. Hey, this might sound a bit strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind, but I'm not surprised. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just want to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she's just having a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but gotta mute my mic real quick. My little sister just got tattoo, and I keep telling her that she belongs to the streets, which she does. I probably shouldn't say too much, but I'll probably click on the game. There we go. Siri talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny. Have you ever thought you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's how she is when she's around you? I've said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. My sister belongs to the streets, but she got a tattoo. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting her weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from her book. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. I realize that she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. But now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell that I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who are willing to share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you were to prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. That's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a bit off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. I don't understand why people... That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I say. Most... I don't find them attractive. And there's, like, no way... I mean, there is a way to remove them, but it's very painful. But to each their own, I guess. Like, people want to express themselves like that. I guess that's fine. It's just something that I don't find attractive at all, really. But yeah, if that's something my sister wants to do, she can do it. Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, that's quite romantic. Eh? Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have just been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Landon, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. And there are so many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So, you think that there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on the inside of her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, and also I feel some concern for her. But in that case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that wasn't the case. Sayori, she means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess, but you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy. So, I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems. I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. Okay. What do you think I should do? So, should I pick, it doesn't really matter what order I go in, but what you want to see first? I'm thinking, like, if I go to Sayori, I can maybe figure out more about what's wrong with her, or maybe Monica could tell me what she found out. What's going on there? Oh. Okay, I think I'm going to... Honestly, I'm going to start with Natsuki first, just because she's not in this conversation at all. Just get her out of the way. Yeah, no thanks. You didn't even... Next. Okay. Okay. That was... Okay, let's go Sayori. Wow. Natsuki hates me. She hates me. Because I'm making my poems so Yuri involved. Jeez, okay. Let's go Sayori. Like, I've never seen Natsuki, like, want me away from her so bad, even on my multiple playthroughs I've done years and years ago. Jeez. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. She knows. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Landon. Sayori? Is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Hehe. Alright. Just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. Yay! I'm going home a bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. I didn't get to read her poem either. Okay, let's go Monica, I guess. Hi, Landon. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in a bunch of other people, I'll have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It would also make me happy to see. Aha. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style has gotten so refined. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple days than she's talked in the whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. And that's... It's awfully suspicious, you know? Spending time with her in the clubroom every day, reading that edgy novel of hers. Well, I just feel bad that she isn't having... I just feel bad she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all of her time alone. Besides, novel isn't too bad either, you know? Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. If something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm gonna hurt her. Sorry, I didn't mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you, alright? Alright. The Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale of a lady who wanders Earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather. Lost adrift in the sky, victim of the current of the winds. Day after day I search. I search with a little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until the day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady that knows everything is what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There's no meaning, there's no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. Turn your poem but it's a suicide letter. Oh, yeah, that would certainly be bad. Oh, crap. Okay, now there's something in my eye. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about. I see. I never really put much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical, because if we all had the answers, wouldn't the world just start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Haha, are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into, but if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier, because instead of just telling what is that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's so much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. And then we got Yuri. Landon, your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never came naturally to me, but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling, I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe that you were so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Landon, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing, inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you would just want. People who just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day, you know? And those friends don't laugh at me, they don't tease me for spacing out all the time, they don't make fun of my body type, and they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I haven't really done anything. No, that's wrong. You've been patient and respectful. That's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. But that's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I just joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say that I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Yuri puts her head in her hands, but this time she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. Ghosts Under the Light, Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds, the silhouette grows closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. He steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding. I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stop. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I sort of hand it back to Yuri, but instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? Oh, no, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poem usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri is having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not usually good with words, but I'm happy you shared it with me, so thank you. And I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge from Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead, Yuri gently takes my hand and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can, the poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometime. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back towards me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't think I have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Ah, it seems that you're right. Sigh. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the day she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. Ah, no. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. Ooh. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, you guys. I talked to her earlier. Everything is fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. This is getting weird now. Oh, Jarrett. You make me laugh. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them, in different flavors. Can you handle that by yourself? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up for something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk and focuses and starts lying to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Landon. The one who is truly useless. Haha, don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help out me as well. I would really be appreciative of that. That's Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members. How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Okay, so, at the beginning of the game, when I launched the game, it said, in bold text, all girls depicted in this game are over the age of 18. So, we're good. Even though they refer to, like, Natsuki as the younger one, and I'm assuming they're all in high school. So, I mean, the game says they're all 18, so I'm gonna believe that. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice, and you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Landon may not like to be around if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he should be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're the one making excuses for Landon too. What are you saying? It'll be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's slow down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Landon to decide how he would like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend time with me, you know? I'm sure he's interested in. You literally just said, I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying though, jeez. Can we just sell this already? Yeah, Landon, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone's looking straight at me. But of course, okay, so this choice actually does matter. Or like, the end, or, try not to spoil, but depending on who I choose, like, I'll go on a separate path to spend the weekend with them. First of all, I think that spending the weekend with Sayori is a bad idea since she's avoiding me. And plus, I'm almost positive if I click Sayori, they're just gonna babble some stuff and then bring up the options without her. So, I think the same thing with Monica, but I can't remember. I don't know. Plus, Natsuki friggin' hates me. So I think the only option I can go for is Yuri. Like, first of all, hold on, let me save real quick. Okay, I'm gonna click on Sayori and see what they say. I mean, if it's going to be with anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, but Monica said Sayori was helping her. Jeez, do you really hate us that much? No. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay? So yeah, no Sayori. Ooh. I'm going to pick Yuri. Or first of all, I'm going to pick Yuri, but I'm going to click Monica to see if it will actually take me on a path for Monica, because I'm pretty sure Monica's not an option. But if it doesn't meet taken on the path, I'm going to load my game and pick Yuri. Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yay, you picked me. Hold on one second. Yeah. Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us. Yeah, but I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already the most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. But Landon was the one who... that doesn't matter. You're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club. Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision. Or ulterior moments, yeah. Ulterior motives? What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the one making ulterior motives. Excuse me? Otherwise, this wouldn't have been such a big deal in the first place. Huh. That's completely false, Monica. Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know? We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone. Maybe that's true. Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. So are you going to do the right thing, President? Okay, I get it. So, it's technically most logical for Landon to help out one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do. Do you have... Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought would happen. So yeah, Yuri. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yuri. Me? Are you serious? Think about the kids, Monica. Why would you... Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying. Ugh. So you'll be helping Yuri then, Landon. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sorts of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah, I already said it would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll all turn out. That's good enough for me. Well, what about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Landon picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so... I get it. I'm kind of surprised, though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she said she had trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if that didn't work perfectly, I can tell she'd try to say something Sayori would have said at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kinda appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm gonna say this. You better bet my cupcakes are gonna be the best part of the whole event. Ah, I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out there then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay, I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought I would be going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I manage to make myself useful in some way. I'm not as nearly creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself. I think that we'll make a very productive team, even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chose me. You're forgetting the one reason that makes the most sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You want me to point out when you're overthinking, right? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all that there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I think I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday? Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety is still through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monika said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it then, I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but that doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert, and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt she'll open up a bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. Putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monika said, is this really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we're family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down here and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Landon. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not really much has changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. Hehe. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to be with Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how'd you know that? Sayori already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? That's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan a meetup or anything. So it's just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. Oh no. Oh no. It's not that kind of game. But if it was, the game wants you to know that all the girls are over 18. That's no good, Landon. Eh? Why can't it be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm being punished for being so selfish. And think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Hehe. Sayori. Crap, hold on. My mom's outside. She's locked down the house. I gotta let her in. The front door was unlocked the whole time. Sayori. Oh, click on the game. I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? Oh no. I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Ah. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Landon. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? Hehe. You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you? Because I have no choice this time. Hi, Kid Club. How's it going? The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy into caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy without worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Does she really want it so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Yeah? Why is this that you've never told me about it? It almost feels like I betrayed you as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do. I would have tried a little harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you have to do is tell me. You don't understand at all. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I... Because if I told you, then you wouldn't have to waste effort about caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I want so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. Thank you. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get close to everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I'd say the world just wants to torture me. Well, saying this, like, it puts me in a predicament because if I don't make friends with everyone and I'm just friends with her, I'll hurt her. But if I make friends with everyone else, I'll hurt her. So I'm in a lose-lose situation with this. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. Exactly. Haha. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Landon. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could go back to the way it was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. Yeah, sounds like she's manipulating me. In a way, I'm really hard at picking up on these things. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what she wants from me. And that's why I'm going to accept all these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Landon, Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Landon, Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Landon, Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away, and if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand anything in my feelings, Landon. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. And as she does, I let her go as well. Nope, nothing's happened so far. No spoilers. While I'm thinking about this, I should put this in the chat. Just so, like, if anyone else joins and starts spouting spoilers, like, they'll know. Like, the thing I've warned them. Please try to avoid spoilers in the chat. And then 1, then can I pin message? Boom. Okay, so that should be all good. Okay. So actually does all that goes well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, it has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least, you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that'd be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri has to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah, thank goodness. You're a little early. I'm sorry, I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when no one answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I would have known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. Ah, I suppose it's true. I didn't think of that for some reason. Should it be common sense to do that? But I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. Haha. I cleaned it before you came over, so that's very considerate of you to do. No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I would have gladly helped you clean. That would have been even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both hands firmly on her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I do have a few things planned that could help with decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place. Although many will stop by just out of curiosity, and for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that'll leave them all wanting more. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yuri is 100% waifu material. Yuri is best girl. That's all I'm saying. That's great. It's easy to forget when you're a pretty intense person. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. It's just something I like about you, actually. Is that so? That makes me feel relieved and kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can just relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way there, so I happen to have these things in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's the one thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Yo, I know a lot of people who are like, yo, essential oils will... I don't think anything's wrong with essential oils, but I know a lot of people who use essential oils in replacement to, like, medicine and, like, going to the doctor and getting actual help. Like, I think essential oils can smell nice, and, like, when I'm struggling with, like, allergies and stuff, they can make me feel a little bit better, but it's not gonna help, like, heal you and stuff. It's just something I forgot about this when I first played it. Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. Yes, exactly. Yeah, like if I have a cold, I'll get some essential oils going, but not for like... I know people are like, oh, you broke your leg, just dab some essential oils on and you'll be fine. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. It's a vape nation. Vape, I don't know how to do the vape nations. Vape nation. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for this event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions to help you feel them flow through your body. Natsuki is the best one she made. Natsuki's cupcakes are her best attribute. And when your best attribute is cupcakes, that's fine. But it's like... I'm trying to think about how to word this without me sounding really bad, because I don't really mean that. Cupcakes are nice, but you're gonna have to do a lot more than cook well to be best girl material. Like you weren't here. Like, assuming you came in when you first said hi, I started off the episode with the sharing the poems, and I picked Natsuki first, and she just straight up rejected me. She's like, nope, next, get out of here. So I didn't even get to read her poem, which I didn't even know that could happen. So I'm like, yeah, Natsuki, she's not for me. You feel warmer, and your heart pounds more heavily. You don't think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of ribbon. What are those for? Well, you did purchase the origami paper I asked you to get. Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using that paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will it be used for? Well, I'm gonna cut pieces of ribbon and hang them from the doorway in the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons and create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eyes of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I have no idea you were so good at this, Yuri. Oh, does it really? Uh-oh. I mean, I've said this many times, and I'll continue to say it. It's not that kind of game. But if it was, the game wants you to know that they're all over the age of 18. So it's okay. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Ooh. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Landon. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Ah, alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. Eh? The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Haha, well... Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're gonna think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know. If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and the feeling of danger, maybe. Ooh, what am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. Haha. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you get when you get about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense, haha. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? I used to collect pocket knives when, like, back in my early teens. Like, I haven't gotten a new one in years, but I think I still have my collection somewhere. I don't know if I can show it on stream because of, like, YouTube guidelines for, like, weapons and stuff. I'm sure it'd be okay, but I don't want to take that risk. But probably one of my favorite ones is a knife, but it's shaped like a gun. Like, I think that's really cool. Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Landon! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Honestly, I think I could take a cut from a knife. Because, like, at my job, like, I've done this so many times. Like, I would be working on something with a drill. Like, unscrewing stuff with a drill. And, like, I would be, like, pushing really hard on the thing, and it would slip, and, like, I will drill, like, the fatty part of my hand, and that's, like, so painful. I have, like, some small scars on my hand from that, so I think I can take a light knife prick. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash off now. Without warning, Yuri pulls my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I forgot about this part. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively pull back my hand. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head, face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird, but it took me by surprise. I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover for this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. Nothing like getting hepatitis. True. I take Yuri's hand and I lick her index finger in return. I forgot about this. This is weird. Landon, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird. Yuri giggles shyly. Eh? Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? Ah, I don't think anyone actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper from the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Ah, thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? Well, I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paper tablets. Ah, that's right. One of the items Yuri asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much. And just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, and then bring it back to my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve and pulling it back over her arm. Ah, nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot here or anything? Ah, no, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. I'm like, I can't read today for some reason. I'm so tired from work. Well, I'm gonna keep going. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium in front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you gonna write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting out a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. Ah, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean like that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. It's just like when I spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't matter if we don't talk or much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a bit nicer. I think that's all that it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about some things, like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you would understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Yeah! Sorry. Yuri reels back and quickly lifts my hand, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. No, it's not your fault. Ah, your face. The droplet of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and grab a small towel, and I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat Yuri's face down and neck with the towel. Ah, is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry, I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait, eh? Just for a little bit longer. It feels really nice. Ah? I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. No. Yes, I got paint on her face. She's over 18. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? It's the oil. Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist sends a tingling sensation through my arm, and suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was a moment ago. Ah, Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again. Her movement seems clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finished filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here than bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before the event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew, haha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? Oh, no, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. Oh. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have some extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounds like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. I'm starting to get a bit anxious because I know what's coming up. Oh god. Oh no. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you so much for having me today. No problem, I was glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today, it's fine we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. Ah, I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Landon. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kinda like that about you. Well... How am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't get the chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Eh? Ah. Hi, Landon. Sayori. just now, we weren't... It's okay, Landon. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course, Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Sayori hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Haha, well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me, so I had to come over here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. That makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Landon? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Landon. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori? What I said before is true. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm gonna be by your side until you can't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Landon. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and I started to like you too much. I did this to myself, Landon. I like you so much I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori. Okay. What do I say? What do I say? I remember last time when I first played this, I think I said you'll always be my dearest friend, but I don't know which way to go. I'm going to save. Okay, so what do I say? I think I'm gonna say tell her you love her. I think I'll say that. Yeah, let's see where this goes. I love you. Eh? Those are my true feelings. Oh no. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone in this club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day just helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens as long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side. Then I know we'll both be happy. Landon? Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Landon, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Landon. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why, even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? Why are they not going away at all, Landon? It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter what it takes, I'll be here every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay, I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? Hehe. What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you the best. Hey, Landon? Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Eh? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you just saying that this makes you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I feel like a bunch of thorns. I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and that she loves me, but I'm having so much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were, but is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know, but I know that I'll get everything I got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but I decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. I should probably say this now. There's a warning I should give for, things up ahead, so I don't know how you handle stuff, but, yeah, this is my warning. It's a bad warning, but still a warning. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way about Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will go great too. Landon, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica's placing booklets on each of the desks for the classroom. They must be the ones she's prepared to have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. So, that's when I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, then suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said because that's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Haha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Landon. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammered, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up to anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think, eh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. I can't do this. Oh, I know. I hate this. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for me. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. Well, a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. No. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach, just like the one I'm actually feeling now. Landon, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori has written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her feel really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I wanted to give to her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house? Is that really something a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to enter her room like this. Isn't that kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I gently open the door. Sayori. My heart is beating so fast right now. Like, when I was not expecting this the first time I played this. Like, I was borderline crying when I first saw this, because I was playing this on a laptop, and I basically threw the laptop across the room when I saw this, because it scared me so bad. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up till a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best for her and that everything will be okay. Then why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? Where did I go wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. I should make it a point that this would have happened regardless of what I said. No matter what I did, no matter what path I went on, no matter how I reacted to her confession, this would always happen. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me that everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her, like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. Now she's gone forever now, and there's nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful though, and now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers, but I still couldn't do what she needed for me, and now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. The end! The game's over. But then we got some other stuff going on. Like, the new game is now that, and Sayori is that. Let's start a new game. Oh boy. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's solely oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. This girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but it's starting around high school where she would oversleep more and more frequently. I'll get tired of waking up. I will explain to you what's going on in a minute. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better running away. However, I just sighted an idle in front of the crosswalk and then catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups that walk to school together. Okay. Let me explain what's going on. Let's, I saved that, so let's exit DDLC. So, you can look in the files in this game. So, if you go to the file, you see some stuff here. So, first of all, it's a traceback error. So, you go to the traceback text, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec, I could probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She just wanted making this so difficult. Haha, well, here goes nothing. So, if you look at the characters, Sayori isn't here. And you saw the game was glitching out where Sayori should have been. So the game is glitching out and it's trying to rewrite the game without Sayori in it. And you can see, like, this wasn't here, or Happy Thoughts was in there before. And you open that up and that's in the files. Okay, well, picture. What else is in here? Did anything get added? Sketches. Nope. Did get on my head? No, it's not in here. Okay. So yeah, let's start it back up again, and let's continue on. Except I might need to pee real quick, so I will be right back. Okay, sorry if that took a minute. I also went to grab a drink of water. So now we are restarting the game, except the game's trying to write Sayori out of it. Okay. My heart's still beating really fast. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. So yeah, it's rewriting the game without Sayori in it. I always tell myself, it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly just content getting by in the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'll be any girls in it anyway. Yeah, because girls don't like anime. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly out the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Landon? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally did not expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same classes last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What'd you come here for anyway? Oh, I was just looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics from the major clubs. It feels nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out about it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Did it say something and then glitch out? Oh, literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Landon, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but at the very least, visit my club. It'll make me really happy. Please? I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Landon. You know that. It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. Oh boy. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Landon. All words just escape me from this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student, but they're all 18, the game says, blah blah blah. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Landon in the classroom, and he decided to check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Landon? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling a bit awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you really didn't plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you fit right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You can put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow in this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a really good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So Landon, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. Most of this text is the same from the first time I went through the game, so I'm quickly just breezing through it. My favorites are usually novels that build deep in complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. This seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious that, by the way her eyes light up, that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, I like a lot of things. Story with deep psychological elements that usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of her own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I've read a horror book once. I desperately grasp at something that I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. Oh, that's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You have the piece of scrap paper behind last meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, yeah, I guess sometimes. Why you care? Well, I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing a level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can help set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically up at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I decided to take on the responsibility of vice president, after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Landon? Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind this entire time. I never said I would join the club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made a decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought, The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back at me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Landon. The thing is, we all don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is a price to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Landon? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Landon, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Landon, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the star-class Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth about the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day in school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll get the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess I'll start with writing a poem tonight. Okay, poem time. Ooh, a special poem. I would like to read it. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I now understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of this occasion below. Oh god. Okay, let's keep going on the Yuri path. So, let's go Crimson. Existence. Vivid. No, Atone. There we go. Embrace. Agonizing. Vertigo. Melancholy. Incongruent. Nope. Meager. After image. Disarray. Unrequited. Eternity. Inferno. Infallible. Heaven Sent. Intellectual. Despise. Extraordinary. Dang it! One off from the perfect poem. Vivicacious. Okay. Hi again, Landon. We're glad to see you didn't run away from us, haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone's already hanging out. Okay. I should also say that a lot of these glitches are random, so there's a lot of these things that I've never seen before. Thanks for keeping your promise, Landon. I hope that this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst in the literature when you're not accustomed to it. That scared me! Oh! Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you'll never hear the end. Then you won't see the end of it. You're kind of in the way, Monica, of the Natsuki. Blah blah. Have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is... Nah, music's weird. Okay. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. I'm sorry, Landon. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glare. Anyway, now that you're in the club after all, perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read. Something feels weird. The screen's zooming in. I wonder how far I can let this go. I'm not gonna sit here and wait, but yeah, it's definitely zooming in and like slightly turning. Perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Well, wait, I didn't mean it like that. I don't really want... If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out this book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. But this... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book for me that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading that much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Okay, the screen just went back. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, so I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of the book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. I was just focused. Probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I just wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason. Screen zooming in again? No, I don't think so. No, it's not. I'm just looking at... I'm just seeing things. Just curious, but how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah, well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading this soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts picking up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I'll look at the cover of the book. The book is titled The Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about a religious camp that turns into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped in there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse as they start selectively breeding people to cut their limbs off and asphyxiating them too. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. So the description of the book did change from the first playthrough of the game. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it's going to be a nice story, but that dark turn came out of nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Landon? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind screams to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When the horrible things happens, it's not because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Oh, are you leaving? Okay then, thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you later. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets... I forget to pay attention to other people. Okay, it's all good. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. So sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put in my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I still didn't see next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a bit apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company of someone. I see. Tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. As soon as... I still understand what Yuri means about reading in company. I can feel as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It may be a little bit distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking down at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean, Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri, then I hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm and the side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But I'm holding it like this, and we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted there for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page, so she flips it before me. We continue chapter in silence, even though in the exchange, I'm just kind of skimming over this because it's nothing different. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit, eh? No, I don't relate to that character at all. Definitely not. Really? Just think the way she second guesses things she says, that's all. Ah. That's what you're talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Then never mind. We didn't get that far yet. I don't know why it came in my head. Haha. Yuri, you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since I started reading. You can rest if you're sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. And anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Landon? Did something happen just now? Yeah, I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Haha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other, eh? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we would just get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I take a mental note where I was in the book, slip it back in the bag. Okay. Yuri's not here. Let's go. Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably fair if I share mine with her first. She's gonna say it's terrible. Lan, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect from me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyways. I'll tell you what to improve on, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. To each their own, I guess. Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Still the best poem in the game. Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it. I love that poem. My favorite poem ever. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's an easy read, but it hits you hard. Like this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is that I put more weight on the wordplay. Like I said for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? All 18? Yeah, I guess not. I'd say humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to next? Okay, Monica. Hi, Landon. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better going off with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share my poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha, don't worry, Landon. We're a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's a sort of barrier we all have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, it's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Landon. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing is full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean that it's a bad thing, though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just slowly given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's possibly more interesting, probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when I treat her with lots of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming out a bit strongly. Like earlier, when she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for some alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. We'll just start sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks Maka. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims something to be pretty good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the Wall. I've already read this poem. Is this different? The friendship. I don't think this is different. Yeah, I don't think this is different. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Was that the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess that you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip for the day. Sometimes writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never get any progress. Just force yourself to get something down the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big, dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my writing advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Yuri reads a poem as I notice her eyes light up. Exceptional. What's that? No, did I say that out loud? Yuri covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Haha. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my home again. Well, I know that. I just mean, Yuri trails are off and they will find an excuse. Trace her fingers along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through it myself, I've kind of learned to pick up on them. I think most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they're trying to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they try to fit the two together. The end result is about the style and expressiveness are weekend. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes, her stammering's completely gone, she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. It's not just finding them and building them, but them getting to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind, I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love sharing my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily. It's a rare opportunity for her, which is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? This is the same poem. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, eh? That's a relief. I liked the poem, and I thought it was short and really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since first time sharing poems, I want to do something a bit more mild, easily to digest. Are you into ghosts? I was serious on about ghosts at all. Really? I must have missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being more symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive, eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm doing my best to... I'll keep doing my best for you, Landon. Me too. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Nah, music's weird. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. It was a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the moon, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. They each read in tandem. I watch their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language, eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant that the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice, eh? You mean you have tried that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for your suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Landon did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of your own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Landon liked my poem too, you know? He even told me that he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous Landon appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go on my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Landon started showing up. No, Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you're really acting as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy, bitch. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is so much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. If you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute, the only cue about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the F is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Landon hear everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be hell over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me, as if she just noticed I was standing here. Landon, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How'd I get my blah 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 blah? Well, So, who we choose? Who we picking? I'm gonna go with Yuri. I'm gonna go with Yuri. I'm gonna go with Natsuki. I'm gonna go with Yuri. 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 I knew that was coming, but I expected it to zoom in even more. Hey Landon? Why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back and say once they're done yelling. Haha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never had it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Landon? Please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about this tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. That kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. No, it's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much chance to discuss my book with Landon. It would be embarrassing with you listening. So I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I looked at the chat for a second, and I looked back to see that. Crap. Okay. Unrestrained. Agonizing. Disarray. Frightening. Ambient. Vivacious. Tenacious. Vertigo. Incongruent. Disown? Aura? After image. Destiny? Essence. Covet. Tragedy. Unrequited. Unending. Graveyard. And Damn, I lost one. Dang it! This close to a perfect poem. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I think I'm gonna be done. I've streamed for 2.5 hours. This will be, the next episode, I should be able to finish this. So let me save. Right here, over, I'm gonna save yes. So let's exit DDLC. Turn the desktop, see what's going on. We got pictures, oh, is this different? I don't know, I'll look at it later. And then there's that one. It'd be weird to say that was my background. Did I see this? Oh wow, okay. Okay. So now music. yep. There's that. Okay, well, thanks for watching. It means a lot to me. I should be able to finish this tomorrow? I don't know if I don't know. I might do zombies tomorrow. I'll figure out sometime when would be a good time to finish this, but for now, I'm just going to relax for the night. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I might finish this tomorrow morning. I'm not sure. But yeah, thanks for watching. Means a lot to me. Subscribe if you haven't already.